Welcome in. Belly up, have a seat, and grab a drink as we talk some Wingman Fantasy Football. Welcome into another edition of Wingman Fantasy Football, the League Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Furley, and as always, I'd like to thank all of you, or any of you, who may be watching or listening to today's show. This is episode 129, a Week 13 Sunday Morning Quickie. And in this show, we'll see who's in and who's out for the Week 13 action. We'll also review our show starts of the week, let you in on the players to watch, and our Wingman Jam contest. And for all of those following along, we'll let you in on what our most desperate managers need to keep their playoff hopes alive. And we'll let you know the very best way to get the most updated news to help you set your fantasy football lineups. But before we get any further along, let's make sure that everybody is in the room.
Wingmen assemble!
All right, now that everyone is here, let's see who's in and who's out, who's hurt and who's not in this week's Actives Inactives. All right, guys, let's start off with those players who have been placed on the IR this week. We have J.K. Dobbins, LA Chargers running back, was placed on the IR with a knee sprain, meaning he's going to miss a minimum of 4 games, including today is his first of those 4. Austin Eckler, Washington Commander running back, has also been placed on the IR as he is dealing with a pretty bad concussion. He had a pretty bad hit last week, so now he's going to miss a minimum of 4 games. Chris Olave has already been placed on the IR, and he's got 2 weeks left to sit out before he's eligible to return. And Isaiah Pacheco finally got back on the field as he was activated for his first game after his early season leg injury. Now for players that have already been ruled out for this weekend's action here. Zamir White and Alexander Madison, both Las Vegas Raiders. Their game was on Friday, but they were inactive. And for those who are wondering who's going to get the work, it was a split between Amir Abdullah and Sincere McCormick. Keep that in mind if these guys miss any more time and you are desperate for running back help. Josh Downs, Indianapolis Colts wide receiver, has already been ruled out for Sunday's action. Josh Oliver, he's a Minnesota tight end. He has also been ruled out. This will be his second game in a row that he will miss. And if you recall from last week, TJ Hawkinson got a lot more work as he didn't have the young tight end to split time with. So keep an eye on Hawkinson to potentially have another strong day. Dalton Kincaid, keeping up with our tight ends here, Buffalo tight end, has already been ruled out. I believe this is his 3rd straight missed game. Nonetheless, he will miss the Sunday night game against the 49ers. And Cedric Tillman, wide receiver for the Cleveland Browns, has already been ruled out for the Monday contest against the Broncos as he too is in the concussion protocol. All right, now for some players who are a little more questionable, a little more iffy, and you're going to have to pay attention as they get closer to their game times. Devontae Smith, Philadelphia wide receiver, still dealing with that hamstring injury. He is hoping to warm up for the game, but there is no expectation that he will actually be ready to play today. So I would say he's a questionable, trending towards doubtful. But if you really want to play him, keep an eye on that as they play at 4:25. You will know if he's in or out by around 3 o'clock. So have backup plans ready if you're thinking you want to play Devontae Smith, but he's not expected to play. Breece Hall, who missed practice on Wednesday, limited practice on Thursday, got in a full practice on Friday, still has the questionable tag next to his name. He is expected to play. However, they did promote a practice squad running back. That gives me a little bit of pause to just kind of double check that news and not have any assumptions here. But Breece Hall is expected to play at the moment, but do not write that in stone right now, just in case. Trevor Lawrence, quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars, dealing with a AC joint sprain. That's been the hot injury going around lately. He's adamant that he's going to play. He's expecting to play, but at the moment he is listed as questionable. Young Shui Koo, Atlanta kicker, is also listed as questionable, but reports are he is expected to play. And Brock Purdy, another quarterback with an AC joint sprain. He's been limited in practice all week, but he did log a full practice on Friday. I don't trust these San Francisco 49ers. They're playing in very cold conditions on Sunday night, but he is, at this moment, expected to play. If you have any thoughts on starting Brock Purdy, please have a backup plan ready to go just in case he's not active tonight. Like I said, they expect him to play, but he's been banged up. And it's a very cold weather game, and he's going to be without his left tackle as Trent Williams has already been ruled out. So have a backup plan ready. Maybe Brandon Allen, his backup, or potentially Jameis Winston as an emergency starter for the Monday night contest. Now for players who had questionable tags during the week, but those tags have been dropped and all these guys are expected to go. DK Metcalf will be in the lineup today for the Seattle Seahawks. Brian Robinson Jr., who left last week's game early with an ankle injury, was able to get full practices this week, and he will play today. And Bo Nix has also dropped any injury designation, and he will play on the Monday night game. All right, guys, it is now time to take a look at our show's starts of the week. Bring it in. Take a knee. Who wants in?
Oh, pick me. Oh, I know, me.
All right, son, don't let me down. You're in.
Wingman Fantasy Football starts of the week.
All right, starting with my co-host, Mr. Bernie, a.k.a. Team B.
I'm Cuban B. Yes, Cuban B.
All right, his starts of the week this week start off with his quarterback, Matthew Stafford, up against the New Orleans Saints. That game is on the road inside at 4 o'clock on Sunday. And the Saints give up the 14th fewest points to the position, so that's right in the middle. So it's not a great matchup, but being that it's inside with an overall weaker defense when there's cold weather out, Mr. Bernie likes the indoor matchup. His running back start of the week is Jaylen Warren versus the Cincinnati Bengals, who give up the 9th fewest points to the running back position. Once again, not a great matchup on paper, but the combination of Jaylen Warren starting to get more of the carries in the backfield, he's finally starting to outsnap Najee Harris, and the fact this potentially has a chance to be a shootout, and Jaylen Warren is definitely the pass-catching back, gives him more opportunities than normal, and he likes that chance for Jaylen Warren to have a strong day. His wide receiver start of the week, CeeDee Lamb, already played on Thursday, and unfortunately, he already let us down as he was not able to finish the game. They didn't have a true designation for an injury, but if you watch the game, he's already been dealing with a AC joint sprain as well, and he had a hard fall on a diving catch or a diving attempt at a catch, and after that, he did not play anymore in the game. So he left the game due to injury, so he only played half the game. Was not a successful start of the week, unfortunately. All right, now for my starts of the week. Starting off with my quarterback, I have Baker Mayfield up against the Carolina Panthers, who give up the 6th most points to the position in what will be a nice, cool day, but weather will be nice out there, and Panthers like to give up points. My running back start of the week, just like Bernie's wide receiver, already played on Thursday. Jahmyr Gibbs versus the Chicago Bears, who give up the 13th most points to the running back position. I had that pick assuming that David Montgomery would either be limited or miss the game altogether, but he played, and David Montgomery got all the first work to start the game. Jahmyr Gibbs did have a strong first half, getting over 80 yards on 6 carries. However, with the game script changing in the second half, he did not add to that total at all. He pretty much had 10 points at halftime, and he finished with 11.5. Now for my wide receiver start of the week for Week 13, Nico Collins against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who give up the 3rd most points to the wide receiver position, and this is going to be a get-right day for C.J. Stroud and the passing game. All right, guys, with that being said here, it is now time to take a look at our Wingman Jam contest.
Wingman Fantasy Football.
Wingman Jam with Bernie the Bounty Hunter and Amazing Spidey. Boom shakalaka. Detroit Lions. Philadelphia Eagles. Time to get on the field and tackle.
Points on the board. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
All right, for all those who may be unaware, our Wingman Jam, we do a classic arcade style in terms of our fantasy pick'ems here. We pick an NFL team, and then we pick any combination of two players on that team. If you looked at that board there, I had Sam Laporta and Jahmyr Gibbs for the Detroit Lions on Thursday. They scored a combined 25.5 points. And Bernie's got some big guns coming up for the Philadelphia Eagles with Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown. Later today, they have to top 25.5 points to take this Wingman Jam down. Just to let you in on the rules a little bit, once we pick an NFL team, it's like a suicide pool. You can't pick that NFL team again. But if you want to join us, guys, leave in the comments your NFL team and your pair of players on that team. And not only will we let you know which one of our teams beat each other, but we'll let you know if you guys how you guys stacked up against us as well. So get those comments in there before the 1 o'clock kickoff. Actually, you can pick any team that has not played yet. So if you didn't get here before 1 o'clock, and you can pick a team in that 4 o'clock game or later, go ahead, pick an NFL team, pick your two players, and we'll see how they stack up against our Wingman Jam picks. All right, guys, for those who are following along, this is playoff time push, and we usually don't put in our fantasy football league into this Sunday morning quickie, but with the desperate moves here of the playoff push, I want to let you know we have one manager this week who can be eliminated. We already have 3 managers who are already eliminated, but if you look down on that second to bottom name there, Team B, that's our co-host Bernie's team here at 5-7. He has to win out to have a chance to make the playoffs. So if he loses today, he is done. So, but if he wins, no matter what happens with any other teams, he is still alive because all of our 7-5 teams are playing another 7-5 team, and our 2 6-6 teams are playing each other. So no one can, only half the teams can pull away, and half the teams will stay right there. And he probably prefers the point leader in every matchup to win, as he has tiebreaker and points over almost everybody. So he's going to want those point leaders to get further out and just keep those lower point guys right in his sights. All right, guys, I want a friendly reminder here. If you want to get the updated news so you can check out whether your guys are in or out today, go to our website at wingmanfantasyfootball.com. On that page, we have all the news aggregated, plus Twitter feeds of prominent NFL reporters. And we have our inactive list that will let you know right away when teams announce their inactive players for the day, approximately 90 minutes prior to kickoff. It's a great tool. That's where I go to double check who's in and who's out just in case. And I'm going to be looking for that Breece Hall to see if his name's on the inactive list at 11:35 today. All right, guys. And also, please go to our YouTube page here at wingmanfantasyfootball.com/YouTube. If you go to that page, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. Let us know what teams and players you want to play in our Wingman Jam this week. Also, if you want to listen to our podcast, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, YouTube Music, and Amazon Music. Just search Wingman the League, and our podcast will come to the top of your search. And if you want to see our beautiful faces, like I said, go to our YouTube channel at wingmanfantasyfootball.com/YouTube. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching another episode of Wingman Fantasy Football, the League podcast. May your glasses be full, your mugs stay frosty. We will see you next time.